One pot in less than 30 minutes, you are gonna have one of the best pasta dishes you've ever tasted with super simple ingredients. Welcome to the Salted Pepper, where we cook for real life using real food and we keep it real simple. You are gonna be amazed at how simple this dish comes together and then how delicious it is at the end. We're gonna use the pressure cooker today. I'm using the 6.5 quart, but the 8 quart works perfectly fine for this recipe. And we're gonna get right into it. All right. Turn your pressure cooker on. I'm obviously using the Ninja Foodi, my absolute favorite pressure cooker of all time. And we are gonna start with sear saute on high and add in 2 tablespoons of olive oil. I'm not measuring here, just estimating. Once the oil heats up, we're gonna add in our sausage. I'm using an Italian style mild sausage, but you could use sweet, you could use hot, you could use a mixture, whatever you want. This is 12 ounces and they come in casing. So I removed it from the casing so that I can sort of chop it up while it's sauteing. I find that to be the best texture in this pasta dish, but if you prefer chunkier or sliced with the casing on, you can absolutely do it that way. It's perfectly fine. So as soon as the oil heats up, we'll put this in. Then I have 12 ounces of boneless, skinless chicken breast that I cubed up into about 1.5 inch cubes. And we're gonna season that up right now. So put it into a little dish here. And the seasoning blend is 1.5 teaspoons of fine grind sea salt, 1/2 teaspoon of black pepper, 1.5 teaspoons of basil, 1 teaspoon of oregano, 1/4 teaspoon of rosemary, and 1 teaspoon of thyme leaves. I know that sounds like a lot, but remember, we're seasoning the chicken and the entire pasta dish. Okay, so you do need this much seasoning. So just dump this over. You don't have to dump it all on the chicken though. It's perfectly fine to just dump in half and then we'll put the rest of it in a little bit later. All right, this is heated up, so let's dump in our sausage. All right, toss this around just to get the seasoning on the chicken chunks. And that looks good. Break up your sausage into the size pieces that you want. Once we go under pressure, it's not gonna break up anymore, okay? So make sure that if you want it really chunky, then don't break it up as much. If you want it a little bit finer in your end dish, chop it up a little bit more. You can do that with any kind of a tool. I'm using the mix and chop, but any kind of tool to kind of just break it up will be fine. You want the sausage to cook through about 50% of the way at least, so that we know it's fully cooked at the end of the pressure cook time, because the pressure cook time is just 2 minutes. It's a super quick cook time. Now we can add in our onions. I'm using 1 medium-sized sweet onion. It's about a cup of diced onion. It's probably about 1/4 inch dice. You don't need to be too concerned about the size here, but remember it's gonna be that size at the end too. So don't make it too chunky or you'll have a really chunky sauce. And then put in the chicken. All right, that's looking good. And I judge the doneness of the sausage just when I don't see any more pink, and then I know it's about 50% cooked. All right, we're gonna put in the seasonings in just a bit, but let's get in the garlic. This is 1 tablespoon of freshly minced garlic. It was about 6 cloves, but it will vary based on the size of your garlic bulb. We're gonna add that in. Now, don't add that in too early. Add it in after your sausage is finished cooking because you don't want it to burn. When I say finished cooking, I mean 50% of the way through. All right, now this might surprise you just a little bit, but I have some fresh basil here, but I don't actually put the basil leaves in at this point. What I do is save the basil leaves for garnish, but I put the stems in. Now you do have to fish them out before you finish your sauce, but I find that the flavor it adds is worth the effort. So throw them in, and plus then you don't throw anything away, right? You're using the entire part of the basil. So just put in your basil stems if you want to. If not, it's fine. Omit it. No problems. 2 cups of chicken stock or chicken broth. I'm going to pour that in right now. Give it a little stir. Scrape the bottom just to make sure nothing got stuck to the bottom that would impede going under pressure. Now we can put in our pasta. This is 8 ounces of bow tie pasta, which is just shy of 4 cups. And I really like the shape of this pasta in this dish, but you could change it up for another short type of pasta. Your pressure cook time would be a little bit different, a little bit longer if you want to use like a penne pasta. I would go 3 to 4 minutes, but I found with the bow tie, 2 minutes of pressure cook time is plenty. All right, we are just about finished here, adding in all our ingredients. Can you believe that? I have 15 ounces of crushed tomatoes. Pour those on top. Now from here on out, we do not stir, okay? That is important. You don't want the thicker liquid to settle to the bottom because it can scorch on the bottom and impede the steam, which will cause the pot not to go under pressure, okay? And the last thing we're gonna add, well, second to last, let's add in the rest of our seasonings. That's important. So just sprinkle those right over the top. We're gonna add in our tomato paste. And that is 2 tablespoons of tomato paste. Let it sit right on top. And then what I do is just sort of go around the side. I'm not stirring though. Go around the side and just kind of push down the pasta if you see it poking out. Just get it under the liquid as much as possible. And now we're ready to go under pressure. It's that easy. So we will turn the Ninja Foodi off. Depending on what model you have, you will set your pressure up a little bit differently. With the 1 lid model, I need to slide the slider over. Make sure that you are in the sealed position. Turn the pot back on. It defaults to pressure cook on high. That's what we want. 2 minutes. And hit start. It's gonna take between 8 and 10 minutes or so for the pot to go under pressure, and then we will pressure cook on high for 2 minutes and do an immediate release. When the pin drops, it is time to open up the lid. You don't want this to sit in there too long. You don't want your pasta to overcook. This timing is for al dente pasta. If you like your pasta a little bit softer, go 3 minutes of pressure cook time, okay? Or do a natural release of 5 minutes and keep the 2 minute pressure cook time. Either way will be fine. All right, now let's finish our sauce. This already smells amazing, but we are going to make it even more amazing because we're going to stir in a little bit of heavy cream. This is what makes it a Parma Rosa sauce. So we're going to add in 1/2 cup of heavy whipping cream, just like that, and 4 ounces of finely shredded Parmesan cheese, which based on my grater turned out to be about 1 cup of volume, okay? Now, if you get the pre-shredded kind, you're probably gonna wanna put in about 1.5 cups because it's a larger shred, takes up more volume, but still 4 ounces if you're gonna weigh it. I'm gonna dump that right on top there and stir it in. You know what I forgot to do? I forgot to take the stems out. That's okay. That's okay. First of all, they're edible, so you could leave them in. I usually take those out before I put the cream in. Oh well, it's real life. These things happen. All right, we're gonna let that sit for just a minute. It's gonna thicken up a little bit, and then I'm gonna give it a taste. And I wanted to tell you, if you wanted a little spicy, put in some red pepper flakes. That will be delicious as well. All right, we are all done. Wasn't that quick and easy? Now, of course, if you wanted it a little bit thicker, and it will thicken as it sits, but if you wanted it a little bit thicker, you could add in a little bit more tomato paste. Oh my gosh, but this looks perfect, especially if I had some crusty bread, which I don't. I didn't make bread today. I should have. And then, of course, we need some Parmesan cheese on top. And I like to do it in like little shaved pieces like that. And then a little bit of broken up fresh basil. I'm not making it very pretty, but that's okay. Doesn't matter what it looks like, just that it's good. All right, there we go. This is so amazing. Oh my gosh. I love this dish. And you know, I meant to tell you, I made this on Tasty Tuesday, kind of a throw together. Jeff gave me some ingredients and I just threw it together and this is what we ended up with. And I know a recipe is good when we start thinking about eating it the next day, right after we finished it for Tasty Tuesday. We ate every bit of that pasta over the next couple of days, and then I went right into testing it again. I don't normally do that. I don't release a recipe that fast usually after making it for Tasty Tuesday because I get tired of it. I have never gotten tired of this pasta. It is that good. All right, here we go. I can't even begin to tell you. The pasta's cooked perfectly. So anybody who is like, oh, I'm not gonna pressure cook my pasta, pressure cook your pasta. Make this recipe. It will change your mind. It's not starchy in the liquid or anything. It's so delicious. Tender. This is the perfect pasta dish. I hope you love it.